Hello. Let me go over here. Turn this brightness up. Hello, DDs. Hello, GGs. Welcome to the new Heart Healer series. Let me let you guys know I'm on here. All right. Hi, Janice. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome. Good evening. Make sure I don't have lipstick on my teeth. I do. Good evening, all. I know it's been a while. I'm in here trying not to sweat. I know it's been a while. I know, right, Patrice? Yay. We're back, girls. What? Some of y'all been rocking with me for years. You guys remember the Girl Talk Tuesday night conference calls before we were even doing videos. What? Okay. Some of y'all been rocking with me forever. Okay. Good evening, good evening. Yay, I know, right, Nancy? I have not been on all year. Really, y'all. Hello. It really has been like all year long that I've been writing, doing things. I have not done videos. I haven't done hardly any videos. The only place I've done videos is in Didi's, in the Divine Circle. Yeah, so I know, right? Original Gigi's. What? Hey, Gigi's. Good evening, godly girls. I'm Rebecca Lynn Pope for the new girls in town. All right. So I'm Rebecca Lynn Pope. I'm coming on. Many of you, I'm sure, don't even know me because I haven't been doing any videos. So I'm going to introduce myself just really quickly. I'm the founder of the Godly Girls Club. I am the founder of the Pope Agency and the Divine Circle, the soon to come Pope Academy. Hey, Paula. Hey, baby down in Texas. I am a serial entrepreneur. I am a pastor's wife. I hate saying that part because y'all be trying to judge a sister when I be talking real. When you say, oh, she's a minister, she's a first lady, she's not supposed to talk like that. Yeah, y'all better get ready because for those of you who don't know me, I'm a little raw, I'm a little real, but that's what people need nowadays. I mean, we don't need anything sugar coated in 2018, okay? Because this stuff out here is real. So what else do? I do a bunch of stuff. I'm a master life coach. I'm an author. I'm a speaker. I own several different businesses. Godly Girls is my passion, my heart. It is something that started from one of my courses that was helping women. This group started with about 50 women. And you see, we're now at over 12,000. So God has been awesome. We've had phenomenal growth. Hello. Hey, Kim. Hey, Den. We've had phenomenal growth. The platform has grown like crazy. Our classes, retreats, trips sell out for so fast, just for the new girls, okay? I'm trying to inform the new girls, okay? So for those of you who don't know, I'm a mom. I am a mom. I've got 3 big sons. Yeah. So just so you know, our retreats, our trips, everything sells out fast. When you see something go live, for instance, we have a brand new retreat that's coming here by the end of the week, probably tomorrow. Look out because it's coming tomorrow. We're going to do a fall lake house retreat. It's about to be super fly and it's going to sell out fast. I already know. Our Dare to Dream retreat last year sold out. We had a phenomenal time in the mountains, and this is going to be at the lake. Thank you, Lori. So we are going to have a phenomenal time on the lake at the Luxury Lake House this time. So this is coming. I know everyone's been asking, when are we going to Bali? When are we going to Greece? When are we doing all these other wonderful things? But God really put it on my heart to do this Heart Healer series. And I kind of understand why it was holding up Bali and holding up a few things, because this Heart Healer Abundant Life Retreat this fall is going to be absolutely amazing. So we're going to have that out to you probably by tomorrow, Friday at the latest. So stay tuned for that. Hey, Princess. So that's going to be a heart healer, abundant life retreat. And so a couple things I want to say really quickly before we get started is that, first of all, healing is for everyone. Okay. I want you to kind of get out of that way of thinking that healing is for people who have just come through a breakup or a divorce, or who are in crisis, or have been abused, or healing is for everyone. There are levels to healing. Levels to healing. Patrice. Patrice added somebody. She's probably pending approval so she can watch this. Would one of the admins mind going over to the pending requests and add her so that she can come in and watch the video? We're going to do that for you, Patrice, for your friend. So one of the admins, if you could please do that. So healing is not, it's not for people just in crisis. It's not for people who just, I think that we, especially as Christians, can tend to, how can I say this? All right, y'all, it's time to get real. Christians have a great way of wanting to act like they're okay all the time. Thank you, Cheryl, for doing that. Christians we try to put on a mask and a facade to present ourselves that we've arrived, we're good. Most of my clients are Christians, and the hardest part a lot of the time is in getting people to understand that they even need healing, that they even need to be doing the work, because at the end of the day, people believe they're fine. And especially Christians, because we're so quick to feel like we're going to be judged if we are admitting that we're hurting, or we're admitting that we're struggling with something, or it's hard to be transparent and real and vulnerable as Christians because we're too busy trying to act like we've got it all together. And so one of the things I want to do within our group, within our sisterhood, is drop that stigma around feeling like we've got to be perfect, or we've got to have it all figured out, or we've got to be fine. Because the truth is that on every level, there's levels to healing. There's levels to abundance. There's levels to abundant life. There's levels to your abundant wealth, health, love, peace of mind, purpose, joy. There's levels. And at each level, you're actually healing and leveling up, healing and leveling up, healing and leveling up, healing and leveling up. But if you won't even admit, because none of us are perfect. Thank you, honey. None of us are perfect. We're all flawed. We're all struggling. We're all hurting in different ways. You right now could be like, well, I just need money, Rebecca. If I got some money, I'll be good. But honey, you'll get that money and then you'll be having a problem with your man. And then you get the man and then you're having a problem with your kids. And then you get the kids right and then you're having a problem on the job. Then you get the job right and you're having a problem with your health. And then you get your health right and then you're having a problem with your peace of mind. And then you get your peace of mind right now, you're dealing with something else. Your mom gets sick. It's always going to be something. And one of the biggest questions I get all the time is from clients and members is to say, but Rebecca, when does this get easy? When are things going to level out? When is this going to ease up on me? I just feel, Rebecca, that I'm going through stuff back to back to back to back, that it's constantly always something. And I'm not here to say that you're always going to be going through something back to back to back. But I am here to say that it's never going to just be peaches and cream. You may go through some seasons where it gets a little easier. It lets up a little bit. But then the very next season is back to suffering or struggling with something. And this is one of the things that God really put on my heart to say tonight, is that as Christians, we want to believe because we're good people. Now catch this. I really want you to hear me, and I want you to be honest with yourself. That there's a subliminal psychology that we as Christians, we as believers, for those of you who are Muslims, for those of you who are Jewish, we are a multi-denominational cultural group. There's women in here from all over the world. And at the heart of our faith, at the heart of our religions, there is a subliminal psychology that because we're good people, come on, because we're fair people, because we have a good heart, because we try to do the right thing, because we try to treat people right, because we're not malicious, because we try to always be uplifting, we try to be positive, we're trying to recite scriptures, we're trying to pray, we're trying to meditate, we're trying to speak it and believe it, we're trying to declare and decree it, we're trying to do all these things. And at the subliminal psychology is that because we're good people, life should be easier for us. Life should be good for me. I'm a good person. Why is life not easy for me? Why does it seem like I'm going through more hell than the heathens across the street? Why does it seem like my coworkers who aren't even faithful believers, aren't even God lovers, God isn't even magnified in them, they ain't got nothing to say about God. But at the end of the day, we're sitting here thinking, but yet we seem to suffer more. We seem to struggle more. Have you ever really gotten honest and looked at most Christians you know and say, dang, if I wasn't a Christian, I don't really know that I would want to be a Christian. Because how many Christians do you know that are truly prospering, are truly healthy, are well, health, mind, body, spirit, have peace of mind, wealth is overflowing financially? How many of you actually know Christians that are living abundantly? And I always say that, God, let my life speak. I want my life to be so representative of you that other people want to know the God I've got. I don't want people to look at me and say, I don't want her life. That's so crazy. I don't, because, and here I am talking about God all the time, but yet my life and my testimony and my fruits and what I'm manifesting in my life doesn't speak to a place of saying, oh, I need what she got right there because she got something's special about her. Her life is blessed. Her life is prospering. Oh my God, every time I see her, she just looks so good and she's so happy and she's in love. I want my money to just be flowing and flowing and flowing. So I'm just blessing people and they're saying, you know what? That's just the God in her and I want that God. I need to learn more about that. But instead, most of us are struggling on a level that you can't even really hide it if anybody looks too closely. If anybody gets to know you even a little bit, pull back the veil just a little bit, beneath the superficial, the pain and the anger and the wounds are just oozing right beneath the surface. Why? Why, Rebecca? Why aren't we representing the kingdom? Why aren't we representing a God? Why isn't abundant life flowing in our lives? We know that abundant life is the will of God for us. We know that abundant life is God's will for us. Why? You know what I've observed over the years? I love when clients and members come to me and they are so broken to the point that even on a first consultation, on a phone call, they're crying uncontrollably. You know why I love those people? Because they're ready. All the ego's gone, all the pride is gone. They're surrendering, they're out of answers. They can't go any further by themselves. Instead of that mask, everything's good. Everything's fine. I'm good. I'm fine. I'm good. I'm fine. I'm good. I'm fine. I'm good. I'm okay. I'm okay. No, you're not okay. You're not okay. And I love when people come to me and they're so hurting and they're so broken that they're crying and it's uncontrollable. Those are the people I get the most incredible breakthrough with, because they've dropped all semblance. They're no longer in denial. Guess why Christians suffer so much? Because they're trying to act so perfect. They're not willing to get honest and real and say, I'm not okay. I need help. We've got to surrender. Yes, Lachelle. We've got to surrender, because life isn't easy. It's not going to go easy on you. It's not going to let up on you because you have a good heart and because you're nice. The next book is all about nice. It's all about nice. Nice ain't going to get you too far. Nice gets you really hurt out here in the world. God didn't call you to just be nice. We're supposed to be taking some things by force. By force. Listen, one of the things that I want to start out with this series is to say that you're going to have to get determined. You're going to have to start to fight. Fight for your healing. Fight for your survival. Fight for your peace of mind. Fight for your love. Fight for your everything. Everything that you desire. Everything that you believe God intends for you. Nice for what? Everything that you desire to manifest in your life, you are going to have to soldier up. And for those of you who are tired, I know you're tired. I know you've been through so much that you're tired. Listen, take your rest. Take your rest for a minute. Catch your breath. But it doesn't change the fact that you're going to have to get up and you're going to have to come out swinging. One of the reasons you're so tired is because you've been repressing your natural tendency to fight for yourself. Because every time situations keep pressing you, come on, Jesus, every single time situations start pressing you and pressing you and pressing you, you keep doubling down on being nice. You keep doubling down on not speaking your mind. You keep doubling down on not fighting for your survival. You don't come out fighting. What you do is you keep playing small. And every time you play small, you're losing a piece of yourself. You've got to come out fighting. And at the end of the day, that means you got to check some people. It means you got to put some people in their place. It means you got to cut some people off. It means you got to go in a new direction and trust God. It means you got to apply for the job. It means you got to go back to school. It means you got to start that business. It means you got to leap, jump, go for it. And you've got to fight for it. It's not going to come to you passively. All that keeps coming to you passively is more pain and getting used and abused and misused and looked over and passed over. And nobody knows your greatness. Nobody knows what God's got inside of you, because you don't even know. Because if you really knew, you'd come out fighting. You come out fighting. Life is not easy. And we as Christians have this faulty psychology that is supposed to be easy, and it's not. Change up your expectations. Expect this to be war. Expect for every step you take for there to be a countermeasure from the evil enemy, designs of the enemy, whatever you want to call it. Evil, bad spirits, bad energy, whatever you want to call it. For every yin, there's a yang, honey. And for everything you do to take a step in a direction towards abundant life, there is a reaction going to come at you. And if you really, really, really want to live abundantly, and you're going to have to heal. It's the first step to abundant life. That's why I said I'm the heart healer. I'm coming to help you heal, because part of healing is renewing your mind. Renewing your mind. This mind is messed up. You don't think right. You don't think right. You don't think abundantly. Half the time you're walking around all day discouraged, worried, anxious, thinking negative. These thoughts are creating your tomorrows. These thoughts. Healing starts in your mind and your heart. Your mind and your heart. Because even after I get done helping to heal your heart, we've got to renew this. And healing doesn't come at an altar call. Healing doesn't come in one healing class. Healing is a process. I was on a power session with a DD member today. Listen, that call blessed me so much. I can't even tell you. I've known this woman now going on probably 3 or 4 years. She's been in my healing classes. She's been at retreats. When I tell you, she has intentionally sown into her healing, into her peace of mind. And today, when I talked to her, I heard a whole brand new woman, not half a woman, not kind of sort of renewed. I heard a whole brand new woman. And I sat there and I was like, what? Who's on the phone with me? Who is this? Who is this? Oh my God. I ain't gonna call her name. I ain't gonna embarrass her. But I mean, I was like, what? Oh, you starting how many businesses? Oh, you're gonna write a book now? Oh, what? Blew my mind. And I said, God, you're so good and you're so faithful, but it's not going to come easy. And that's the problem. I can't tell you how many people will come to one of my healing classes, right? And we do prayer circle and we pray and we let go of our burdens and we let it go. We have healing in the body. We have all kinds of stuff. And then you leave healing class and you don't attend meditation class right afterwards. So now you've all really just had almost more like an altar call moment where you feel good, you feel the presence of God, you have a cathartic, emotional detox and dump of all the mess you've been carrying around that's got you so burdened. But then you go back home and literally now it's the same old thoughts, the same old dreams, the same old stuff plaguing you. Now you're back to dealing with the exact same things that you were dealing with before you came and did a toxic dump. Because you don't follow up to do your work, because that's the work. Coming to one healing class is not so hard. It's like, oh, just go to healing class. Okay, Rebecca's going to pray with me. And healing class is powerful. Don't get me wrong. Healing class is absolutely powerful. But more work is required besides just coming to one healing class. That's right, Donna. We have to break cycles. And people will run from me. They'll run from me. I don't follow up with people. I don't chase nobody. You could ask Cheryl. I tell Cheryl all the time, I ain't chasing you to be a blessing to you. I'm not chasing you. I'm not going to chase you to help change your life. That's backwards. I don't have to chase nothing. When you get sick and tired of being sick and tired, Donna, yep, you be running. When you get sick and tired of being sick and tired, you know who to call. You know who to come to. You know who has the keys. You know who has the gifts. You know who's prophetic. You know. Let me ask a question. How many of you know that right now, for you to go to the next level, there's something required of you? How many of you can own it? How many of you can own it tonight that for you to level up, for you to be healed in your body, for your money to start flowing, for you to be ready for that husband you keep asking God for you to be ready to step into this next level of purpose, for you to be ready, right, for this next level of manifestation in your life? How many of you can really own that you know something is required of you? Nothing comes passively, girls. If I told you all the hell that I've been through. And when I say hell, it's not just what goes on around me, it's what goes on inside of me. I'm one of the most healed people that I know. Real talk. I say that so confidently, right? Because most people are not very healed. So don't think right. And my life represents that healing. If you look really closely at my life, it represents my level of healing. I got money. I got love. I walk in purpose. I do what I want. I live free. Right? So the sacrifices, though, and this is the thing, I tell people all the time that the work I've done on myself is the hardest work I've ever done in my life. It doesn't matter how many people I work with and how many lives I change. It doesn't matter what I achieve. The hardest work I've ever had to do is on me. Owning your stuff, owning your issues, facing them, staring them down, that's hard work. It takes courage, but it is required for you to level up because life isn't easy. And everything that you're asking God for is going to require you to change. You've got to change. You've got to change. And you've never arrived. Stop thinking there's going to be this moment where you're just healed. I'm not going to name any names, but another member said to me one day, amen. Proof is in the walk. Proof is in the pudding. Our lives speak, right? I was talking to a member and she said, you know, I'm good. I'm healed. I'm healed, Rebecca. I'm good. I'm good. And I was like, you think? Think you got it? You're good? And she sat there and we talked for maybe just a couple more minutes. And tears began to roll down her face. I'm not going to name any names. And it was a moment where it was like, whoa, because the things God had me to say to her were very revealing that she wasn't where she thought she was. And isn't that most of us? I know I'm guilty. My programming, my Christian programming says, well, when am I getting to the good part? When am I getting to where it's just coasting and everything's great? And so you hit kind of a good place and you're feeling like, I got it. I'm here. Yay. Everything's good. Everything's great. I'm blessed. The kids are blessed. Everybody's wonderful. And then you'll go into something harder than anything you've ever gone through. All of a sudden, everything will fall apart. It happens to me too. And you're sitting there like, but I thought, God, what are you doing? What? I thought we were on the way. I thought that everything was good. I thought. And then we'll internalize, did I do something wrong? Did I mess up? Did I make a mistake? Did you start to turn it inwards and say, did I somehow misstep or misunderstand? Did I go down the wrong road? Did I make a wrong choice? God, what did I? Because we're internalized. Instead of saying, some of this stuff is just life. And at the end of the day, the promises over your life, the prayers that you've been asking God to answer, the money you desire, the love you desire, all the things you're asking God for, here comes the circumstances and experiences to change you. I'll be the first one to raise my hand. Jamaica says, don't ask me, I am good when you see me because I may say yes and cry too. Don't ask me, am I good? Right? And so tonight I want to, this heart healing series is really about getting you to get real with yourself. Constant leveling up, especially if you're asking God for some big things, especially if there's a calling on your life. And that's all of you. There's things for you to do. It's all of you. So tonight, I told you I wanted you to get your journals and bring your because I'm going to give you some homework. Tonight, I would like you to answer a couple questions. And you don't have to do it right now. You can do it when you get off. It's homework for next week. But I'd like you to ask yourself, what's holding you back from being great? What is holding you back from living abundantly? And this is not about, listen, it may be your circle. It may be toxic people. It may be some situations going on in your life, but you've got to get real. You got to get real. But I want you to do some soul searching. Are you hesitant? Do you doubt yourself? Why? Why do you doubt yourself? What's at the root of why you doubt yourself? Don't just accept the surface symptom of what's going on. Dig deeper. Why do you doubt yourself? Fear. Donna says fear. Why are you afraid, Donna? Why is there fear there? When did it come? Has it always been there? When did fear enter into your life? There was a point in my life, girls, where I had gone through a domestic violence situation with my ex-husband. We're good now, but at that time, we were not. And after he had pushed me down a flight of stairs, sprained my arm, it was the first time a man had ever put his hands on me. And fear entered into my life, entered into my spirit. Donna says fear of rejection. All right, Donna, on your homework, dig deeper. Why do you have a fear of rejection? For me, fear entered into my life, into my spirit at that moment that I got pushed down a flight of stairs. And over the next 3 to 5 years, I went through what could only be considered hell. In court battles, my ex terrorized me, would break in my house, steal money, call me the foulest names. I mean, it was bad. And as time went on, the fear and the anxiety just grew. I had never been a fearful person. I'd never been an anxious person. But it just continued to increase. And then I was fighting financial battles, and now I have the fear of lack, and I'm dealing with anxiety over money, and it was like one thing just led to the next, to the next, to the next. But at the root of where that fear and anxiety entered my life was in that moment when he pushed me down those flight of stairs and stood over me at the bottom. And I felt so helpless. And I felt so much fear. I didn't know what he was going to do. And from that moment forward, I was afraid of him. And I wouldn't confront him. I wouldn't stand up to him. I wouldn't fight him, even legally or anything. It's like I was always playing the victim with him. And that carried over into all types of areas of my life. Until one day, I turned around and I fought. I fought back. I took back my power. I decided to heal. I decided I couldn't go on any further. Now, often how those situations come about, it wasn't like it was a choice. My life began to fall apart. Everything began to fall apart around me as a result of my choices that were motivated from fear. My decisions that were fear-based, anxiety-based, trying to keep the peace, trying to not confront that giant in my life, trying to not confront that stronghold in my life. How many of you right now have a giant? How many of you have a stronghold? How many of you have that there's something in your life, a person, place, or thing that is a stronghold in your life, and you tiptoe around it? You won't face it. You won't deal with it. And it's at the root of your fear. It's at the root of your doubts and your low self-esteem. It's at the root of why you won't go hard for you, why you won't speak your mind, why you won't level up, why you won't believe in yourself 100% the same way you believe in everybody else. What is at the root? It took me losing my mama, my house, my money, everything for me to get to a surrendered place because I'm stubborn. God had to get me in a surrendered place in order to help me heal. That's how I ended up writing my healing courses. It's how it's everything that you see now came out of that surrendered place. Because I was so stubborn and prideful that I wouldn't listen to God and get still enough to get honest with myself of what was holding me back. What is holding you back? Is it pride? Is it ego? Is it this thing that you just refuse to give up? You don't want to be a quitter. You don't want to fail. You're afraid of failing. So you don't want to divorce this man who's no good to you and is not honoring you because you just don't want the failure. Are you afraid of what people think? Do you care more about what people think than you do about your own happiness? I'm talking to somebody. I'm talking to somebody. What is it? Why? What is it that's holding you back? Because the greatness inside of you. Ooh, come on now. Don't get me talking about the greatness now, because I will get excited. The greatness inside of you cannot stay where you're at. The anointing on your life cannot allow you to stay where you're at. Amadi, you're so right. For those of us, we will have to hit rock bottom. You don't have to hit rock bottom though. Don't be like me. Don't be so stubborn that you have to lose everything to start listening to God. Like, okay, I'll listen now. Don't take me any lower. I can't take any more. You don't have to be losing your mind to surrender to God. You can just let go. You can make up your mind. You can decide that you're going to face those giants. You're going to face those strongholds in your life. So that's your first question for homework. What is holding you back? What's holding you back? That's the first question for this evening for homework. What is holding you back from releasing the greatness inside of you? We all want to live abundantly, right? We all do. What's holding you back? Second question. What do you need to let go of? Second question. What do you need to let go of? What's holding you back? And what? Maybe a who? What is holding you back from releasing the greatness inside? What is holding you back? And what do you need to let go of? What do you need to let go of? And get honest. In your spirit, as you're answering those questions, listen to those first things that come. Listen to the gut response. Listen to the Spirit of God inside of you, guiding you to exactly what needs to change. Wanting approval from my family. Nicole, for Christians, listen, it's really hard. We Christians care. I ain't going to say we because I don't care. Christians care so much about what people think. We're so afraid to be judged. I spent half of my adult life being so afraid of what people would think of me. So afraid of rejection. So afraid. Party girl turned pastor. How dare you? Who do you think you are? Who do you think you are? I mean, I've lived enough years and listened to enough people's secrets over the years, girls, that listen, you need to not be caring anything about people judging you because people are doing some messed up stuff. It's just hidden. It's just hidden. Anybody around you trying to act perfect, honey, they lying. They are lying. They're not. They're often the ones that are the most messed up. Real talk. I don't feel self-conscious or afraid in front of anybody because people are just people. We're human beings. Let go of what could have been. That's a good one, Nancy. It's a really good one. If you keep looking back, you can't move forward. That's right. We are not perfect. We're not perfect. So those are your two questions for tonight. Okay. So this is our new Heart Healer series. There will be a link up in the top. If you feel like you need more one-on-one help, if you need my healing course, if you just need a life coach or a mentor, I'm going to put the links up above. We're going to have a Heart Healing Abundant Life retreat this fall. You want to be there. It's going to sell out. Okay. Keep on preaching and teaching. Listen, there's greatness inside of you. There's greatness inside of you. Beyond, listen, where you're at right now is no indication of where you're going. See, part of the problem is that God is getting ready to take you from here to there so quickly. And all you've got to do is surrender. All you've got to do is surrender to this healing, surrender to this renewing, surrender. Because God has a way of where you go in, and then I say this all the time, fast is slow and slow is fast. See, some of you keep trying to do this and trying to this and trying to make that happen and trying. It's so hard for you to stay still because you keep trying to do this and trying to make it happen and trying to make this happen and trying to do this because you're so nervous about it not happening that you keep getting ahead of God trying to make it happen. But at the end of the day, if you will just get still and let God deal with you, if you will just slow down and let God catch up with you, and slow will become fast because instead of over here so quickly trying to go down this path and that path, and then that doesn't work, and you start this business and it fails, and then you come back and you start this and it fails. And now when you do it with God, you don't go down all these crazy paths, wasting time with crazy people and crazy ideas and trying this and trying that. God has a way of when you get slow, that he is going to accelerate you because you'll finally shift into the right gear because you're listening, because God has got your attention, because you're still enough for your steps to be ordered. Now you'll execute in excellence. You'll execute in divine flow and the divine will of God for your life. There won't be a bunch of more missteps and mistakes and all this stuff that's gone on. But you've got to get still. So many people I work with have the hardest time being still. No peace of mind. No peace of mind. That is not God's will for you. You should be able to sit still and be at peace. All right, so right now we're going to do a breathing exercise. God is so good. And he's with us. He's always with us. God is inside of you. He's with you even now, right now. Some of you may be struggling. Some of you may be struggling. But we have got to get off that hamster wheel, Amadi. We have got to. So right now, I'd like you to take 3 deep breaths. Close your eyes. And we're going to take 3 deep breaths. 1. Let it out slowly through your mouth. 2. Do you feel that? You feel that sense of peace as you take some deep breaths. I always feel it across my chest and across the back of my shoulders. When I take some deep breaths and I feel a release of tension across my shoulders and my chest. Do you feel that when you take deep breaths? God is inside of you. Listen, God is right here inside of you. The Spirit of God is magnified in you. All you've got to do is get still. Get still. Begin to listen. Begin to relax. Feel it? Breathing is amazing. When you get still and you get quiet, God is right there. And that's what He wants from us. He wants us to get still. He wants to be in relationship. He wants to spend time with you. He wants to speak to you. He wants to speak to you. So, this is the beginning of our heart healing series. I'd like you to continue to do some more breathing until our next installment of this series. Breathe. Take some deep breaths. Learn to center yourself. Learn to get centered and connected. Meditation is the foundation of my abundant life. Spending time with God, centered and quiet, is the foundation of my abundant life. And it's what I teach to everyone. Peace of mind is the initial building block of healing. Peace of mind is the first building block of abundant life. Because if you don't have peace of mind, it's very difficult for you to know or hear or listen or be obedient if you don't have peace. Okay? So, homework, the 2 questions, and some meditation, some breathing exercises. Pretty simple, not difficult homework. I'm going to put the link up above. If you need help, one-on-one help, and you know it. Listen, I'm going to say this, and you have to really understand where I'm coming from. It's very, very, very few people who are capable of healing on their own. Very, very few people are capable of self-healing. Why do you say that, Rebecca? Because it's very difficult to know the tools, the resources, and to know what to do. And it's very difficult to be able to analyze yourself and know what needs to be done. It's difficult. It's very difficult. Being self-aware is very hard. It's not easy. It's not easy. I recommend counseling. I recommend my healing course. I recommend your therapist. I recommend prayer and meditation. I recommend all of it. You're going to need help in your healing process. That's what I'm here for. That's what counselors and therapists are there for. I have a counselor. All this work I'm doing with people constantly, when I go to see my counselor, I feel it is the most amazing experience because I'm constantly listening to everybody else's problems and issues and helping people. And when I go to my counselor, I get to talk about me for an hour. And when I first started going to my counselor, I was like, oh my God, this is amazing. I didn't know that this could make you feel so good to talk to someone who's non-judgmental and supportive for an hour. And I realized this is what I do for people. No wonder everybody feels so good. I finally got it, Charlene, because I began to take care of me. I began to say, even for me, I'm a healer. I'm a healer. But I wasn't taking enough care of myself. I was helping everybody else, but not taking care of me. That's not fair. That's not fair. So I'm going to put the links up above. Click it if you need a consultation. Heart healing consultation. Click it if you want to join the Divine Circle. You feel like you need mentoring. You get a power session every month with me in the Divine Circle. It's one of the easiest ways to really be accountable to your healing and get help. I need to find a counselor. I just need a release. Amen, Nicole. All of the above. Me, a counselor, therapist, Gigi's, Divine Circle, the retreat, everything. Everything. I mean, at the end of the day, you know the work that you're going to need to do. And it's not just like a band-aid, girls. It's not like, don't treat it like, oh, okay, I'm good now. No, that's not how it works. It's ongoing. Ongoing. It's gonna be in October, Denisha. It's gonna be released like tomorrow. So just hold your horses for 1 second. It's gonna be released, well, by Friday at least. Tomorrow's Thursday. Yeah, right. You're welcome, sweetheart. I love you, girls. So I'll be back next, what is today, Wednesday? I'll be back next Wednesday for the next installment of Heart Healing. We're gonna keep it going. So our Wednesday nights are gonna be our night for a while. So I look forward to coming back with you next Wednesday. Make sure you click the links if you need help, girls. I'm here. Mwah. Love you, love you, love you. GG's. Whoop, whoop. We have a bunch of stuff coming up. Yacht Party sold out. We have a new t-shirt coming out. We have the retreat coming. We got a bunch of stuff. We're having a conference next year. We're going on well, I can't say that. It's supposed to be a secret. We have a phenomenal 3rd anniversary event planned for next year. We got a lot of stuff coming. You're welcome, Lachelle. You're welcome. Mwah. Love you, love you, love you. Talk to your girl soon. I'll see you next Wednesday. Make sure you reach out if you're needing help. Love you. Bye-bye.